I just left the Superman movie, and this I'm so giddy about this because the Superman movie was great. Okay, so this is gonna be my full review of it. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, anything like that. But let's go. Once again, if y'all saw my little short video when I leaving after the theater video or whatever, you guys are haters. But those who do not like this movie, does not like this movie. One moment, does not like this movie are haters because James Gunn did his thing in this movie, right? In the Superman movie. He brought to us what we should have seen on big on live action big screen a long time ago. Ain't that right? Right? So I don't even know where to start. So I guess I go down to let's talk about Superman first, I guess. Let's actually talk about Superman first, okay? David Cornsweet gives off the most comic book accurate Superman for live action, period. Yes, in a way, he was vulnerable in this movie, which was I'm cool with that because that's what James Gunn's uh was trying to do for this for his Superman. You know, he don't have to be the hero to have to be going around and because to be the most powerful thing because mostly in this movie, the villains he faced in this movie could really hurt him. So there's a lot of negative reactions to this to that aspect of what I've seen for the last couple of days. Well, really, yeah, last couple of days was like there was no stakes in this movie. There's he was getting his butt whooped in this movie. I was like, yeah, I say he was going against people that who could actually hurt him, like on Ultraman and even the chick from the engineer. What she was doing was about to hurt him and Crypto, he's from Krypton, so of course he's strong enough to hurt Superman as well. So it's like Metamorpho. He can turn his body to kryptonite. It's like that's definitely gonna hurt him or whatever. So it's like what but David Cornsweet, his Superman, his version of Superman, it was I want to say reminds me of a Unlimited Justice League. Like just Justice League Unlimited, right? That's what it came off of. And he leaned more into his human side. Yes, his human side of being on Earth or whatever. And I love it, every bit of it. It didn't have to be him to be all the strongest all the time, mentally and physically. And this whole movie, it just when I was watching everything he did, when he was actually saving people in the city with whatever was going on. He was fighting the kaiju. He was fighting the the hammer of Bolivia. I guess I'm saying saying the name wrong, but he was his first thought was save people. And I hate this, and I really do hate to compare Henry Cavill's Superman movement compared to Man of Steel with this one because I like Henry Cavill as an actor, and then his Superman was his version. Zack Snyder's Superman was okay, but in the whole movie for Man of Steel, he wasn't. Yes, he was saving people a little bit in his movie, but when he got to the final battle or whatever, he wasn't really saving people like that for real. For real, there's a lot of people died in that movie when especially in the final battle. David David Cornsweet's Superman, his first priority was save people first. Bump the fight. Save people first. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like. That's like, yeah, because there's plenty of times that when I see Superman, I want to see like he's gonna try to do his best and try to save everybody. And David did his thing as Superman. He even saved the squirrel. In the middle of the kaiju fight, the squirrel was finna get stepped on. He saved the dog. We just saw in the commercials and stuff like that. He even saved the squirrel. He would try to save every life that he could find that needed help from that in the middle of that kaiju fight. It didn't matter if he had to get or what. No matter whatever he get hit, this, that, and third. It don't matter what was going on. He saved every little thing that he could get that he can save. That's what Superman should have been this whole entire time, right? And when it came to his vulnerability, when they gets the whole scene, the trailer when him and Lois were doing interview, whatever. Of course, it continue on or whatever. And he loved her and stuff like that. So, but so we're not going to get too much in the whole relationship. But I can say this before I continue on with David Superman. Uh, I love Lois Lane. The actress, I'm forgetting her name, but the actress who played Lois Lane, uh, it was kind of different, but she was very headstrong, very headstronger than the past at than the past Lois Lanes I've seen like from the shows and stuff like that. I'd say the best one who's really other than this version was probably would have to be from Superman and Lois. Her that version of Lois Lane, she was hardcore. Like she was on it. She was protected. She would do anything to protect Clark or Superman or whatever or in her family. She would do anything to do it. But this Lois Lane is she very headstrong, very be there and try to get to the point. God trying to even in the middle, if even in the middle of the interview, she asked him to. No, Superman was like, "I'll give you the interview," and she was like, "Cool, let's do it now." And that's the whole thing, the whole interview going on. But she was really going into him. She was really trying to get because she's a reporter first. Like, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna ask the hard questions, and she did. So, but let's go back to Superman. Superman throughout this whole movie has ups and downs. Like him mentally, because Lex was going after him. The people he was getting the people going after him. He felt heartbroken because I guess when he got healed up with the robots or whatever, he always plays his Krypton parents like voice or message to him when he came down to Earth or whatever, and just I guess it soothes him while he was healing or whatever. And he never got to a point of the message of it was kind of decrypted, so he didn't really know what the second half of the message was until eventually. I hate to say spoilers. I should have said spoilers in the beginning of this thing, but I'll put it in the title. But Lex got to the fortress and got it, and the engineer I guess decrypted and well I got the rest of the video that was like broken or whatever, right? So but Superman, his I mean, I'm talking about he really felt like Superman for real, man. It really did. And this the everything he did really reminds me, like I said, I want to repeat it again, the Justice League Unlimited, man. He's saving everybody, going against it just felt like it was like an episode from that, or just episode from the Superman animated series or whatever. It was just like him going after fighting kaijus, fighting other people, fighting Lex Luthor's minions, doing this, doing that, going toe to toe with Guy Gardner for well, they didn't fight, but bickering, like arguing stuff like that, and but overall, Superman itself was a Davidson Corso as a Superman was phenomenal. Like you cannot hate that or whatever. And then so I can say is like it's crazy how people was like, oh, he was getting his butt whooped, this. Yes, he was getting his butt whooped, but you got to think about it. He was facing people that really could hurt him. Ultraman is just a clone of him, so he has the exact same strength. So of course he's going to get hurt from him. And engineer was going to freaking suffocate it from the inside. I was like, okay, so that's another way to stop him, um, you know, try to kill him or anything like that. So, and it's great. So, Superman as a character from him being played was great. Overall, best Superman live action so far in my opinion. I say close second would probably be Smallville. Third would probably be Superman. From Superman Lois. Fourth will be Christopher Reeves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that list. You might disagree with that, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all cool. Now I say the thing about Lois. I guess let's talk about the Justice Gang a little bit because they really didn't have much of a role. I mean, Mr. Terrific had more of a role than Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl. And now I still don't, and it still didn't show which version of Hawk Girl that was. And she didn't really have much of a I want to say presence, but she wasn't in the movie that much. As most of the parts that she was really in when they was joking, when the Justice Gang was joking around and stuff like that. But Guy Gardner was a dick, of course, yeah, and I can't wait to see him more. I guess in the Green Lantern show if he's in there a little bit, or in the Peacemaker as well. But all of them, Mr. Terrific was definitely the MVP of the other movie. Like it's like Mr. Terrific and again a little bit of Crypto as well. There's the actor forgot his name. I know who he is, but I forgot his name. The actor who played Mr. Terrific was phenomenal. MVP of the movie, 100%. What he did is playing as this character was funny, but it was like he was like serious funny. And it was funny. So the jokes came from him from because he's like, oh, people don't hate James Gunn's stuff like that, but comedy. But it worked for him. It worked. Um, I can't wait to see I can't wait to see more of Mr. Terrific, and hopefully, like he deserves his own show. I will if he ever get his own show, I will definitely watch it, 100%. Um, what doesn't want to say? Hot girl, like I said, there's not really much to say about her because she wasn't really much in the movie that's well that long. She didn't really have that many scenes. So is Guy Gardner. Then he has scenes but not really. The bold cut was is kind of is still hilarious. That's funny because he want the actor want to go comic book accurate, which is fun. Love it. Like if y'all gonna do a comic book movie, do comic book stuff. Don't just you can switch it up some things because even Marvel do the same thing as well. But still come back to the comic booky accurate things you would like to see from the comics or from past shows. Keep it that way. And James Gunn did that. Um, who I want to say? I want to say. I have to say this. Lex was another MVP. I can't say MVP, but Lex was another big part of this movie as well. If the phrase of you're my biggest hater was a person, that's Lex. Lex. Okay, Nicholas Schultz. It's not that thing. Nicholas Holtz played the hell out of the hell out of Lex Luthor. I'm talking about from the intelligence, from the hate, manipulating everybody, doing this, doing that, money wise. It's just because he can do it, he has to be the smartest person. He is the smartest person in the room, and he played the hell out of this Lex Luthor this role. This is by far the best Lex Luthor live action I've seen so far. The other one was from Smallville, but this one right here, best by far. He played the hell out this role. And it's like, okay, it's like what I'm talking about the meanest. I have to say this because it's weird, but meanest hate boner for Superman is crazy. He don't care. He did all he can do to get the permission from the government, setting up certain things behind the scenes so he can get the permission from the government to just to take out Superman. When the Force of Solitude got the rest of the his parents thing and got arrested his parents thing voice things from his what they hear from Krypton or whatever last message and got the rest of the engineer got the rest of the thing and went to the news and and said he was here to destroy us all whatever rather if that was true or not because Superman in the movies like he never ever heard this is the first time I ever heard the second half of that message so he's like he don't know if it was true or not but he felt like I said, he was hurt after that. He's like, dang, was my existence? I was a lie. I thought I was supposed to be here. Cause he heard the first half of the thing. I thought I was supposed to be here to protect the earth, not to rule over the earth. And I guess in what he's talking about having a harem, which is weird. Like he said, your descendants is going to go in there and take over the earth or whatever. So you go prolong Krypton's legacy or whatever. So it was like it was great. And so, but Lex, man, I'm talking about he had people in his pocket dimension that we saw in the trailers, where Metamorpho was sitting there, whatever. He wasn't the only person that was in there. He had a whole, pretty much jail cell, but he basically had a whole prison in that dimension. Had a whole prison. Had a lot of people in there. I don't know who all in there, but he had an ex girlfriend in there because I guess he didn't like her. He had Metamorpho in there. He had Metamorpho in there, of course, because he had his baby Joey. He had other people that he didn't really care about in there, just trapped in there because he just didn't like them. Yes. Okay. Okay. Because he didn't like them, which is crazy. And then he had this, and then it was just so of course in the way of after that whole message that Lex Luthor put out for saying that he's basically not the person with the Superman's not the person that he thought he was. So after the whole scene when when that video came out, you remember that scene in the trailer when all the people was around him throwing he threw the can back at his head or whatever. That's the moment when that news broke out and saying like he's a liar. He's supposed to be he's supposed to be ruling the earth and whatever. So of course Lex Luthor's on there manipulating everything, manipulating everything, manipulating everything. Tell me later about this. Okay, okay. So manipulating, and that's when everybody turned around or whatever. And there was a little scene between him and Guy Gardner where it was like, he's like, is that true? Is the whatever? Are you supposed to rule the world or whatever? This. He said, I'll be damned. He's like, because I'm the Green Lantern. This is my job to protect people from danger from you. And Superman turned around and said, back off. And then he was like, oh, he's like, what you gonna do, Big Blue? And he's like, oh, I said, okay. So there was a thing in the comics that they was gonna fight. They was gonna they was gonna fight each other. I was like, ooh, I was like, if they really gonna show it, but I guess, but they didn't fight though. But he would definitely would have lost in a way. Guy Garner would have lost in a joking way, not in a joking way, but he would have lost brutally, like bad, if they really fought with each other. What else to say about this movie? Because I don't want to go over the full review, babe. I just want to go to key parts that I love about this movie. But I will say, Ma and Pa, Clark's parents. I know they're from the country. They got a farm or whatever, but I don't think they ever been this country. I mean, that sounds like the most country's accent I ever heard from his parents. It's insane. But they was great too. I love them as well. That was pretty great. That was pretty cool seeing them and stuff like that. And like in a way, the whole scene when Krypto was laying with Superman in the bed. I think that was the first time. Yeah, that was the first time that Lois Lane saw met his parents because in this verse he's been Superman only for 3 years. And I would say go back to the whole thing. I would say he's still a little bit inexperienced because just because he's only been Superman for 3 years. So I'll say he's still inexperienced. So maybe later on in the future, whatever we see Superman, he may get better at fighting. He may get better at doing other things and stuff like that. So we'll see. But overall, man, this whole movie of itself was phenomenal. Was great. James Gunn, I know you're probably never going to see this video, of course, because why would you? But you did great. David did great. All of the whole cast, wonderful. Did great. Let me say this. There's a lot of funny moments. There was a lot of funny moments with Jimmy Olsen. With Jimmy Olsen, he basically helped save the day as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. What he did, I ain't gonna spoil it, but what he did, go watch the movie. What he did what it was great. It was an MVP move to help everybody to get Lex Luthor and in trouble. But I'm gonna see it again. I'm gonna see the movie again. Go watch it. I'm telling you, go watch it. James Gunn, bro. I cannot wait to see Supergirl, the next movie that's coming out next year, I believe. I cannot wait to see Superman again. And it just how bright this movie was. It's like this was Superman. It's like Man of Steel was so dark in a way. It's just like yes, it's okay. You still like both if you could like both of them, and it's okay if you like Henry Cavill more than this one. But you have to admit though that this James Gunn's Superman is Superman. It was bright. It was colorful. He was doing things, saving people. This, that. He was doing this over there. He was doing this over there. Yes, he was been vulnerable at times. So I feel like this version of Superman James Gunn's version of Superman made him more relatable in a way. Yes, it's kind of hard to say. It's like, oh yeah, Superman is the best hero in DC, but Batman was more relatable or whatever, which I can agree. But this version of Superman made me be like, bam, was more relatable. Like he got into his feelings with the whole thing about saving, stopping that war. He got his feelings when what the whole message got over the world and people turned on him and stuff like that. It's just like it's a lot of things that's going on emotionally. It's not just him going around and just be like, I'm Superman. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. And I was like, bro, I'm telling you, if it was Man of Steel Superman in this movie, the movie would be done in 10 minutes. It'll be over in 10 minutes. Over with. But I like it. But thing is though, I can't even say that. The thing is though, his James David Cornswell's Superman was still strong as hell. He was just going against people that can hurt him. Yes, he was getting his ass whooped. He was getting his ass whooped in the beginning of the movie or the whole movie. We're talking about Superman who doesn't really know how to fight for real, for real. Now, if you're talking about, hopefully later down the road, if James Gunn keep doing it, it's great. Once like James Gunn, he's going to keep doing it. I'm saying like maybe one in his movies, maybe later, maybe off screen, maybe one of his movies, we've seen him learn martial arts. And I feel like if how James Gunn, how much he loved comics, I could definitely see that in there. That's the time. That's the time in the comics that he learns martial arts without using his powers, or he lost his powers for being learn martial arts. Then to make him a better fighter, that can happen. That's the easy fix. So go see the movie. I love it. I want to see more. I'm going to see it again either next week, maybe during the week, whatever time I get out for it. I'm definitely gonna watch it again. Um, James Gunn, keep doing what you're doing. This is a great start for your universe. Cannot wait to see Supergirl. Cannot wait to see your Batman because how bright this was in for Superman. I only can imagine how his Batman gonna be. Only can imagine see how his Batman really gonna be. It's gonna be insane. How bright and lighthearted this version of Superman is, and then I feel like it's gonna be dark and gritty for Batman. But overall, man, not this review, this movie was a phenomenal start. Now I don't know if it's gonna be Fantastic Four. I hope it does. I really do, because Warner Brother DC needs to win. He needs to dub, and I feel like this is what's gonna do. Now I'm gonna and so um that's it. That's all I gotta say, y'all. Go watch this movie, Superman. Great, James Gunn. Keep doing what you're doing. Great start, David Cornsweet. You are Superman, and I see you on the next one, man.